This takes him into 0. With a real boxer, a real world champion boxer, that the only other time he was in for the fans to get mad with that was against Fury's, Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously, and all the size things you just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, I mean, it seemed crazy.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has surprised fans with a powerful new look ahead of his upcoming fight with Jake Paul. Famous for his speed, strength, and compact build, Davis has clearly stepped up his training. Recent gym clips show him looking more muscular and solid than ever, sparking talk across the boxing world. Many believe he's adding size to match Jake Paul's physical advantage and prove he can handle the challenge head-on.
We were yelling so much about him fighting someone, fight somebody your size. His next opponent is, by far, the most credentialed guy ever fought actively in his prime. There's one problem. He fights at 135 pounds. He fights at 135 pounds.
As Gervonta "Tank" Davis gears up for his fight with Jake Paul, his training has reached a whole new level of intensity. He's focused on turning every weakness into strength, combining heavy strength training, intense sparring, and non-stop conditioning to support his impressive new size. Reports and footage show him lifting heavier weights, especially compound movements, to build serious power in his core and upper body. At the same time, he's keeping his trademark speed and footwork sharp through dedicated drills. Davis is also sparring with bigger, stronger partners, some close to heavyweight size, to get used to facing larger opponents like Jake Paul.
Yeah, this Santa Cruz right here, the desert. You can't let it burn, baby, let it burn. Mind over matter, son, mind over matter.
This is the blues on.
Ain't nobody doing no shit like this. Come in the desert. Nigga trying to stay away from the desert, he come in the desert.
When the night
Camera.
is cold
Oh, see.
Okay, light, camera, action.
and fighting for your
Light, action, camera.
Come on, Ted. Come on, Ted. Turn him out. Turn him out, Ted. Dig down in there. Dig down in there.
10 seconds.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
This is the final play.
Remember that gun on it? They got that gun on that tank. They go, time.
When the night is cold and low.
He ain't gonna keep you here late tonight. Good job.
It's been hard being away from my daughter. She actually here, she sleep. Just being away from her, it was a little touchy, but I know when I'm up, up against, I know that I got pay-per-view. I know I'm fighting a tough opponent, so really I know how to lock in. I know how to shy away from everything. I know how to, I know how to fool around. I said 10, No, don't do that. I can't go on TV looking like that.
However, Jake Paul naturally fights at a much heavier weight, and the upcoming match has been set with a 195-pound limit and 12-ounce gloves for both men. For Gervonta Davis, who normally competes around 135 pounds, that's a massive jump. The size gap has sparked major debate among boxing experts. Many question whether adding so much muscle might slow Davis down and dull his explosive power, the very qualities that make him one of the most dangerous fighters in the ring.
Jake Paul, Tank Davis fight
yeah.
got moved to Miami.
I think Jake wins.
Jake's just so big, dude.
I think Jake wins.
This is different because it's similar. It's similar to Logan versus Mayweather, but
Jake has
Jake
better
Paul
boxing.
now obviously is way more advanced than where Logan was at that moment in time.
I mean, it's
Gervonta's
just
fucking sick.
I mean, yeah. No, but dude,
Did you
Jake
ever watch his highlights?
Jake can
He's
crack,
nasty,
man.
bro.
He's so sick.
He's
I love
nasty.
that guy, bro.
Tank is not the guy that knows how to sell a fight. Tank cannot sell a fight in his own division. You have the Paul brothers and they come over to boxing. Their idea from day one is we don't have the skills or the experience. What we're gonna do is we'll take on the absolute best guys, but they're gonna spot us some pounds. Tank has one job to do, that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I am an abundance of and of which you have none of. Tank is telling anybody that will listen that there's a size problem. My skills and my experience in boxing, I do not have to wonder who's in the bar tonight. Any bar I go to, I rule the bar. No, it turns out that you don't. Just need some big guy to corner you, apparently. Boxing has never stood its ground. Boxing has never been able to explain why Floyd needed a half hour to get rid of a guy who's never boxed before. Tank Davis has already began this. When you choose a dum-dum, don't be surprised when he goes out and acts like a dum-dum.
UFC President Dana White didn't hold back when asked about the potential Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight. He said most fans aren't genuinely excited about it, but admitted it could still work in Davis's favor. According to White, Tank has faced a string of negative headlines and lost some momentum outside the ring, making this fight an opportunity to regain attention and secure a big payday. White acknowledged that many people question the fight's credibility, but he pointed out that it could give Davis much-needed exposure and financial gain at a crucial time. He also broke down the physical mismatch, noting that Jake Paul's height, reach, and raw strength would let him control the pace, pressuring Davis, clinching often, and using his size to smother Tank's attacks. While White respects Davis's skill and power, he argued that stepping up against someone so much bigger could neutralize those strengths. In his view, this matchup isn't just about boxing, it's about whether Davis can withstand and overcome Paul's sheer physical dominance.
Is picking Jake Paul to beat Gervonta Davis. This is not a fight that I'm excited for at all. I would rather have Gervonta Davis fighting in a real boxing match against the likes of Lamont Roach, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Emmanuel Navarrete, anybody that is in the 135-pound division and around. That's where I want to see Gervonta Davis fight. However, we live in a world where everybody is trying to do things as big as possible. And the biggest fights possible right now, unfortunately for the sport of boxing, is an exhibition fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. So I do like it for this reason, though. I like it because it is allowing Gervonta Davis to have a fight that is going to be big and that the mainstream media is going to have to cover, the mainstream media outside the world of boxing. Gervonta Davis has been, without a doubt, blocked, having venues blocked, having fighters, having other promoters paying fighters away to go different directions from Gervonta Davis. So Gervonta Davis was in a bit of a hole. And he gets an opportunity to fight Jake Paul for $200 million or whatever. I don't mind it at all. As long as Gervonta Davis comes back to the world of boxing after he gets done with this, hey man, you got your money, no worries. But you gotta love Dana White having the audacity to pick Jake Paul in this fight and says something to the effect that, hey, he was talking to Logan Paul and said, hey, when you were fighting Floyd, you know, there was this, you're a gigantic guy, big size difference. There was a time when Floyd Mayweather Jr. hit, had an overhand right that landed flush on Logan Paul.